Hey everybody, welcome back to Conscientious Omnivore. My name is Pal. Today I'm going to be planting something that I got from my brother and his wife. This is called bear leek, or there's many other names for it. Some people call it wild garlic, some people call it bear onions. I don't even know, there's like a whole bunch of names for it. I'll put in a link to it. But basically it is a plant that bears apparently like eating the bulbs of, because it smells like garlic. You just touch this stuff and it just smells incredibly strong of garlic. Now this is a little bit wilted because I got this yesterday, and I should have probably planted it right away. I didn't have a chance though. So I'm going to actually be planting it out here, kind of in the most shady spot in my yard. I'm going to move some of these rocks, amend some of this soil, and I'm going to just plant it here. You basically find this stuff growing wild in the woods, and that's where they got it as well. And it comes back year after year, and basically you just end up snipping off these little green leaves here, and you can use it as a seasoning. It's very, very potent, very flavorful, totally smells and tastes like a spicy garlic. So really, really healthful. Lots of people believe it has very good, medicinal properties. One thing I will tell everybody though is that you have to be careful. Apparently this is very similar looking to several different kinds of flowers that are actually poisonous. So you want to make sure that you know what you're eating before you do that. So yeah, anyway, I think it's a lily of the valley. I think that's one of the ones that looks similar. The main differences, I believe, are that this has one main vein down the middle of the leaf, and that one has more veins. So there's other tricks to kind of check, but the thing is, if you just rub this leaf and just smell your hand, or just smell it in general, you should be able to smell in it really intense garlic flavor, and garlic smell, I should say. So yeah, anyway, long story short, let's get to work. I'm going to plant this, and hopefully it'll come back for us year after year, and we'll be able to use this as a herb. And you can see I got lots of stinging nettle here, as well as a bunch of other weeds and stuff. So I think it's going to do well back here. Let's get it in the ground. So I just cleared some of the big rocks out. I cleared some of the gravel, and I've just dug up lightly, maybe half a shovel's depth. Just dug up the soil to loosen it up. It's not too bad quality actually. It looks pretty decent, but there are a lot of rocks and stuff in there, and just kind of like rubble and what have you. So I'm going to amend it with some good black soil, and then I'm going to mix that up a little bit and plant them in there. So we've got some nice black soil in there, and I made just a little row of rocks just to keep the dirt from kind of washing down, and to hopefully get it a little bit more level, because it is slanting down this way a little bit, and I just want to make sure that the water kind of stays that way and keeps the moisture high. There they are. I've planted them. This is like the most shady spot in our whole yard. It's kind of in the back of the property. There's a big retaining wall here, and it's underneath the medlar tree, which I've shown you guys in previous videos. And this spot gets virtually no sun, which is what these plants want. They're usually found in deep woods and have very little tolerance for sunlight. So these, they're being actually shaded even in the afternoon, either by the trees or by this mound here. So this should be a good spot for them. And despite what they look like now, they are definitely a little bit wilted, as you can see, but they will likely survive. Now, I don't think they'll probably do too well this season, but with these kind of plants that have the bulbs, the bulbous roots, these can survive really well. So supposedly this will take just fine, and then next year in the spring we're going to get a good crop. I don't want to really even snip these off now, because I don't want to just stress the plant even more, but some of these might come back. I'm going to water this right now, and then it should be fine. You don't even really need to water these, because like I said, they're used to just growing in the woods. As long as they're in shade, they're going to do fine. I'm just going to water them now, just for the for the sake that they just got replanted, but they should be okay with just the rainfall and good shady area. So yeah, if you want to check back, make sure to subscribe. I will do updates on this. Obviously, if they kind of revive this year, I'll do an update later, but at the very least I'll do an update next spring and show you guys how this works out. I'm hoping that they spread. I definitely want to finish up the retaining wall here, and if I'm successful with that this fall, then next springtime when these are growing, I will likely transplant some of these and get them to start spreading into other areas because it's such a useful plant. It tastes great. You can add it to stuff raw. You can cook with it. You can make a pesto out of it. It's crazy good, crazy nutritious, and super tasty. So hope you enjoyed that, and go check out these plants if you are in Europe and you're not familiar with them. You know, definitely look up some information to make sure that you can correctly identify them so you don't get poisoned. So yeah, just be wary of that, and yeah, see you guys in the next one. Hope you enjoyed this. Bye.